Omnichannel or multi-channel, it's basically the same sort of thing. But it's really that online to offline world. So, you think about the environment of a customer today, the world really is 24/7, 365. I think Hong Kong retailers, in terms of being champions of innovation, anecdotally we're hearing that more of the Hong Kong brands actually want to get into things like e-commerce, but the reality is, from the survey results that we've got, is that they're not there yet. So from a consumer perspective, the consumers are actually expecting companies to do more. From a company perspective as well, the companies themselves are admitting that they're not as digital as they would like to be. When they're actually thinking about the sorts of digital platforms that they have from the retail perspective, they might think about a website, they might think about a social channel, but what they actually haven't thought about is the engagement that they really want to have with their customers as well. So how can they use digital platforms, not just to be kind of like a brochureware, move it into e-commerce, because we have very low levels of e-commerce penetration for our traditional Hong Kong retailers here, but then even get beyond e-commerce into the service realm. Our research indicates that the top three are search, actually searching for products and using things like search engines and other technologies. The second one is loyalty cards. So in Hong Kong, I think we have a lot of different loyalty cards, but we're seeing loyalty cards become more digital. And then the third one, in terms of advancements in retail, some of the more advanced retailers are now using augmented reality and virtual reality. So an example of the last one is, a major sneaker manufacturer globally that we would work with is looking at augmented reality in store. So that when you actually choose those sneakers, if you want to go for a run, right, it might be a running sneaker, it might be a hiking sneaker, it might be something that is actually really good for just general use. You can use your mobile phone to actually put that up. It will, through augmented reality, show you the features of that particular shoe and whether or not it's actually right for your needs. So in terms of the penetration of technology among retailers, most of the major retailers have a digital presence. Most of the major retailers are using some form of digital marketing, whether that's search marketing or whether they're actually using other channels. They might be producing videos, for example, to explain their products. They might actually be producing ads and putting them out on display networks to try and encourage people during campaigns, store sales, special promotions, etc. The other thing they're actually doing with their loyalty cards is then trying to tie that loyalty card data back into their own system. So the second level of technology is what we talked about in terms of data and analytics and trying to get better analytics platforms. What this is all about, though, is actually trying to get a little more sophisticated around the customer journeys. Who are their best customers? Where are they shopping today? What do they actually need? And how do they actually find more really good customers? So the most significant impact that we see is actually this online to offline integration. So when we think about our platforms, obviously we're a search company, so we start with search first. But we also have a number of other technologies, like our mapping products, like our video products, etc. So what we're actually looking at is the signals across those products, and then in combination with the retailers, what's the data or information that they've actually got about their customers, again, in the customer journeys. So we can get a full picture of that customer in terms of both their online and their offline behaviours. Now, what we're seeing globally is that customers that actually have deep engagement with their favourite brands across a multitude of different touch points, maybe somewhere up to about 10, tend to be the most loyal customers. They tend to be the customers that will actually have repeat purchase and spend a little bit more. Right? And that's not just a single channel use. It's not just about the customers that purely only ever go to store or purely only ever use a particular website. It's actually about the customers that use a multitude of channels across the search and discovery, the choice of the product, the transaction, and then the after-sales service as well. It's a full continuum of that customer journey.